The love that I feel from everybody that's here, the salespeople, the managers, the owners, it's inspirational to me. So I thank you. I thank everybody in this room. I wanted to tell everybody my story. So everybody's been asking, what's my story, what's my story? Well, if I sat here and gave you the whole 19 years, they'd be yanking me off the stage with something. They'd be yanking me off the stage. So I wanted to pick the two biggest moments in my career that I made a decision on to stay positive and to conquer my fears rather than be negative and go with the herd. So the first one is, I was about 8 years ago, and I was selling between 45 and 50 cars a month 8 years ago. And I was doing it purely off of, well, not purely, but a lot off the internet leads. I was running our internet department, basically. Turning and burning customers, going through, just, firing away at emails. Well, the dealer decided that that wasn't in their best interest. So what they did is they formed a BDC. Totally fine. They took me off the internet, took a couple other guys off the internet, and at that point I realized that sometimes the dealers, what they have planned isn't always what's best for the salespeople, and what the salespeople wants to do isn't always best for the dealer. So a lot of guys were all negative, and a couple of the girls, and a couple people quit, and I was pretty close to leaving because I'm like, man, how could they do that to me? I'm killing it over here. I'm selling 45, 50 cars. I decided to take it as a positive. My attitude is always be as positive as possible with everything. So I took that negativity and I turned it into a positive, and I pulled myself back into the dealership and started to think, how am I going to generate all my own leads? So instead of just doing Facebook, because I told all my friends 8 or 9 years ago I would never get on Facebook. That was the first thing. Everybody laughs at me now. Like, remember 8 or 9 years ago you said you'd never get on Facebook? I'm like, I totally remember, but thank God I made the decision to get on Facebook. Referrals can come from a lot of different places. It doesn't have to be just social media. When I was starting out, social media wasn't this big thing that it is today. It was in the baby steps. So the way that I ended up getting all my referrals and repeat customers were from going to local businesses. So local businesses that actually did business with us. The parts department was my saving grace. So I sold a car to my wholesale parts guy, who I keep seeing these trucks pull in every day from all these different companies, and they would go into the wholesale parts guy, and they come out with parts and they leave, and they do that every day. Like 30 different trucks from 30 different companies. All these places do business with us. Do we do business with them? So I went to my wholesale parts guy and I asked him if he wouldn't mind recommending me to everybody that he talked to all the time. So it was one of the places that I ended up getting a lot of leads from. Insurance agents, some of my best referral sources. So a lot of people, insurance agents will come to the dealership and they'll ask you for, send them referrals, and they'll give you, $50 or $100, whatever it is. Well, I told them I didn't want any of that money. I just wanted them, when anybody called in, to use me as kind of like their third-party website. So I know a guy named Frank who works over at Piazza Honda. He sold us a car. We have a program. We work with him. Call him. We'll take care of you. So I got a lot of leads from insurance guys, insurance girls, insurance people. So I generated my own business. From there, within 3 years, I went from selling 45 cars to selling 70 cars a month. It was averaging 70 cars a month 5 years ago. But I knew I was destined for something better. I had this magic number of 100 in my head. 5 years ago, I went through some crazy stuff. So I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma 5 years ago. Some of you may know it's a blood cancer. Not a big deal. I'm in remission 5 years now. Everything's been great. But this was the number 2 big thing that happened in my life that changed my mindset to be able to become the person I am today. So, diagnosed, blown out of the water, 35 years old, thinking I'm bulletproof, selling 70 cars a month, making a ton of money, blew me away. I actually still remember the doctor coming in and gave me the diagnosis, and he says, "Listen, you have cancer." And it was kind of a really cold diagnosis. And I still remember walking down the hallway and going to my car, just walking down the hallway, and I couldn't see anything. It was just this like light that just blaring in my eyes. And I sat in my car and I cried my eyes out for a good 10, 15 minutes, like a little kid, like I probably never cried before. I sucked it up. I said, this is not going to define who I am. I'm going to be positive about this. I'm going to have my family be positive about it. I'm going to turn it into a positive. So I'm not saying this to bring anybody down, say I cancel this, but this was another epiphany moment, okay, that actually got me from 70 to 100. And the reason I did that, the way I did that, is I was actually sitting in the chemo session, right? So I don't know if anybody seen on TV or has been through this. I'm sure many people have in their families and everything. But I'm sitting in a chemo session, and I brought my computer, my first session. I'm sitting there watching Netflix, just to get through everything, trying to, I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I felt all weirded out. And my phone keeps ringing. I can't answer it because I don't want everybody around me to be able to, hear what I'm saying and everything. So I ended up starting to text the customers. And I still remember, I said, listen, I can't talk right now, but would you like to make an appointment to talk later in 5 minutes? I'll be available at 1 o'clock. Absolutely, no problem. I'll make time at 1 o'clock to talk to you. And I'm like, man, I can't believe that just worked. It was great, right? So I went through every one of my least customers and just started texting them. I actually did 80 text messages that day. I sat there, nobody to bother me, just sat there with my earphones in, listening to music, and sent out 80 text messages. From those 80 text messages that I sent out, I booked 30 appointments that day.
Woo!
Right,
Holy shit!
Woo! I sold 20 of those cars out of that 30 appointments that month. It was absolutely crazy, so it's mind-blowing. I'm sitting there going through this, what should be a negative experience, and I'm trying to find what the positive, like what is God trying to tell me right now? And I found the positive in it. That month, I think I ended up selling like 50 or 60 cars that month. The next month was my biggest month to date, and it was when I was going through the worst of what I was going through. I was sick. I never missed a day at work. I would book my appointments early at the chemo session so I could get to work, be the first one, as soon as I could get there. I'd be there at 1 o'clock. That month I ended up selling 88 cars, which was a record for me. Now the reason I tell you all that is because at that moment, I decided if I could sell 88 cars in the worst state that I've ever been in my entire life, I was lying to myself about the effort that I was putting in. I wasn't putting in the effort. I was coasting. I was comfortable. Comfortable is the worst word in the English language for me. I never want to be comfortable. It's... Thank you. Thank you. I made a plan to get to 100 cars after that. It's always been in my head. 6 months later, I ended up selling 100 cars. From that 3-year period, I ended up doubling the amount of cars that I sold, and I tripled my income, all by changing my mindset around. I took the words out, I can't, I won't, I don't have time. I stopped making excuses. So I'm nothing special. I do things amazing, right? Everybody says, oh, it's amazing you're selling so many cars. But I'm nothing special. I'm not this unbelievably overbearing, great salesperson. Everybody here can achieve the levels that I have if you actually just do it. If you take action and actually just do it. That's one of the biggest things. I would always come up with these great plans and have these great ideas. And then I would just start to do them, and it wouldn't work exactly. And you kind of get back away from it. As soon as I changed my mindset just to do it every single time to my fullest, it's blown me away, the amount of results that I can actually get from just doing it. I know it's a Nike slogan, but it's a great one. Just do it, right? You got to take action. You got to take a lot of action, enough action to get you to your goals. So I don't have a lot of cool slides like everybody else had, sorry.
You were selling cars.
I was selling cars, exactly. That's it. So I want to try to give everybody a little bit of recipe so that they can actually make the cake. And I find that that's like the biggest problem in our industry is there's a lot of recipes out there, but again, we don't put enough effort in to actually make the cake, bake it, and serve it. So you definitely want to, you need a plan to succeed. And my plan to succeed, I hit it from every angle, right? So Facebook has been unbelievable to me. You see all my Frank's fans that are out there. I made it a point to start tagging every one of my customers. So I see a lot of salespeople, and what they do is they'll take a picture. Sometimes they're not even in the picture. I want to see the person who sold the car in the picture. It's kind of the idea that you take the picture, other people see it, you You tag the person in it that actually bought the car from you so that their circles can see it. I don't want to just sell them. I don't want to sell my friends and family. I want to get involved in the circle of the people that are actually liking and commenting on it. One of the Jedi things that I do is anytime that somebody comments on a post, I'm going to make sure that I like their comment. I'll make sure I comment on their comment. And then if they're engaging, I'll actually send